Guys, this is Waga and welcome to the channel. We're going to build another app, and this time it's going to be an app that persists data locally. For example, the app is currently on the simulator. If we stop it and restart, that's the test of persistence, of course. So if we stop it and restart it, it'll take a few minutes. We'll find that the same data is shown on the screen. We're using Hive, which is a NoSQL database. Hive to persist the data, and I'll be going through everything we're doing, everything we're working on, show you the various methods of Hive, how to set up a Hive backend, no, a Hive database and connect it to the app. And for state management, just like the previous app we built, we're going to use Provider. Provider is a state management package of choice. So yeah, so let's give it a few minutes, and after a while, the app is up. So we should see the various data. Yes, so we have Alan, Kim's. I was just trying this out. Jim's, and we could go through the various features, right? We could add an associate. So we hit the add button, and the name we could call him Henry. His age, I didn't put any validators. I just wanted to, the main thing here was to show how to work with Hive. So in the future, when I'm making other apps that require it, I'll have more stringent measures with the validators. So for the phone, for example, we can say 6789. His age is also an integer. We could say 87. And I have I don't like including the keyboard, but if you check the code we actually put in place so that the keyboard pops up, right? But I just disabled it on the simulator. So you could say is senior. I thought of some associates as seniors and others are not senior. I didn't call them juniors. So we could say that this is a to show how we use boolean in what's it called, switch. This is a switch, and how you use boolean in Hive. So we could hit yes, he's a senior. The join date, we could put 25th. And the reason that this is colored blue and the rest are colored green is because you'd have to set up a more complex theme data and things like that, so that you can change the color of a date picker. You can't do it directly. You can't just add like a color like you would with text. So it requires a bit more complex, and I felt that this is not a UI. We're not learning how to do UI components. We're learning now how to share data, persist data locally on the phone. So yeah, so this is why this is blue. So we could pick a date. I'd say 11th. 11th is nice. Hit OK, and we hit save. And when we hit save, when we look at where is it, the terminal? No, the logcat. Wait, the run. Yeah, we come to run. We have Henry here, and if we go into Henry, why isn't it? Why can't I see it? Oh, okay. I'm supposed to have a logger which runs. So we have Henry, yeah. So when you click on the name, like if you click on Alan, you get all these information. His phone number is 6. This is for testing, of course. His age is 66, and he joined on this date, and he is senior. If we want to edit it, we hit the create icon. This is the create icon, and we get all the data persisted. And oh yeah, here it is. So when we hit that, we have logger. We're using logger, so you could see that. We get messages on what happens. This is important, particularly. I wanted to work with logger so that in case of errors, so that I can see errors and work with them. It's very useful to follow what is happening in your app, and you should include it. You should include the package, that is. So when we click on Alan, for example, when we click, all the data is persisted here, and we could just edit it. We use set state to do this, and of course the Hive backend database rather. So we could say Alan's. We could make his age 68, and we could make his phone number 669. We could make him a junior, and we could change the date that he joined. The dates usually is set, it defaults to today, which is 21st, Saturday the 21st. So we could say that he joined on 19th. We hit OK and we hit save, and yeah, we go back. He joined on the 19th. His phone is 68. His age is 669, and we should get a message here. Edited Allens. So edited plus the name, which is edited Allens here using logger. We could, if we wanted, delete it. Delete, you get an alert says you're about to delete Allens. This action cannot be undone. We could cancel it, or if we really dislike Allen, we could just tell him bye bye. So we hit that, and Allen is gone. And yeah, that's basically the app. Of course, you see, like when we add a new guy, let's add a new guy. Let's add Allen. Again, his phone number is that. His age is that. He is not senior. His join date is this. We hit OK. Hit save, and you see it alternates the gray color. So if this is gray, this is white, this is gray, this is white, like so. We use it on the list view builder. Yeah, so that is basically the app, and that's what you're going to be building. So maybe we could have a quick rundown of the various packages that we're going to use. Actually, I'd included a validator that I later forgot about. When you try to create an associate and add it without a name, it will give you a toast message that will ask you to include the name or make the name longer. For example, if I try to hit save on the add associate screen like this, it's going to say get the name, and if we put like a name of one character and hit save, it will say make it longer. So we could hit FG. The rest of the fields can be included. They can be set automatically. If you don't include anything, they can be set to the various defaults. We have defaults. So for example, we have FG here, and his phone number is 0. So when you click on it, you find that his phone number has been set to 0, his age has been set to 0, the join date has defaulted to today, his senior has been defaulted to junior. And of course, we can change this if we want. We can make him senior again. We can change the join date to the future. We could put the number 09897 like that, and this like so, and hit save. So yeah, so we have defaulted, we have put their defaults that are in place. But the only thing that you have to include a name, and the name has to be at least 2 characters. Yeah, so that is a default, and when you get it wrong, you get a toast message, using Flutter toast, which you can see right here. Now let's continue to the pub/spec the YAML. Welcome back, and let's get down to it. Let's get a quick overview of the various packages we'll use. First, Flutter toast, like I said, that is used when we are trying to create, for example, a message in the middle of the screen when you try to save an entry without a name. Like for example, I'd get the name, or when you put F, it's basically the only check, make it longer, something like that. Yeah. So that's what Flutter toast does. Path provider gives us access to the innards of either iOS system or Android system, the files. Gives us access to the files so that we can save the various. We can have access to the various folders inside iOS and Android. Provider provided the state management solution, allows us to rebuild, to detect changes and rebuild widgets when there have been changes. Hive is the NoSQL database that we'll be using to save information and save data into the phone. Logger is what we saw, allows us to make either error warnings, informational warnings, or any types of or events. When we create an event, it's really good so that you can track errors and find out what's wrong with it. Intel, I'm guessing is for internationalization. We use it particularly. Let me go and click on a guy. If you don't do that, the date will be in Unix format or something. Will be in Unix format. So we need to make it the date human readable. So you could put the date like this is what's it called? This is year, month, date. You could reverse and play around with the dates depending on how you want it done. So that's what Intel does. And of course, Hive generator is used to generate the automatically generate the this file based on our model, which will then be used by the app. And build runner is what we use to actually do the generation. So yeah, so that's basically our pubspec.yaml. These are the various packages that we'll use. Not too many, and yeah, that's what we use to build it. Thank you for following me this far. I look forward to seeing you when we start building this app. And as always, before I forget, like and subscribe and share. Thank you.